YouTube, how's it going? My name's JVIT, and welcome back to another video inside of Destiny 2. This is the final shape leak, another one we have, of course. This will be the leak for all the exotic reworks we are getting in. There's actually 19 exotic armor reworks in the final shape, so yeah, that's going to be a ton. As you can see, we have a picture of the Cenotaph mask, and you got a picture of the promo for the final shape. But we're going to go over on all the exotic armor pieces reworked for Destiny 2, the final shape. Once again, if you guys aren't aware, releases June 4th. It'll involve adjustments to a total of 19 exotic armor pieces with the aim of balancing out the overpowered exotics and increasing the effectiveness of the underutilized ones in the game's new sandbox. So let's go over on what we have first. So let's go off with your everyone's favorite class, the Hunters. Yes, the Hunters. For Hunters, we have 6 armor updates coming in the final shape. You can check them out below. Try and Vice is a exotic let me see, exotic arms is where glaive projectile final blows now always trigger a detonation that matches the glaive's damage type. So for example, if you're solar and this is a using a solar glaive, then based on your final blow you're getting with that specific glaive, then it's going to be a solar explosion from the glaive's projectile. If it's void, it's void. Arc is arc. Uh, Self-explanatory stuff. So what's going to happen even when the glaive does not match the equipped subclass? Okay, so you don't have to use the correct subclass to use the glaive. Does not have to match the equipped subclass. The surrounded effect provided by Triton Vice while wielding a glaive now lingers on the player for 5 seconds after no longer being surrounded. That's very nice. We have the Dragon Shadow Chess Piece exotic, updated to trigger its effects when using Ensnaring Slam or the new Ascension Arc aspect. Once again, guys, I'm not a Hunter main, so I'm a Warlock main, so I don't play Hunter. I used to in D1, but yeah, let's keep going. Foe Tracer now grants the bonus damage it inflicts on a target to weapons. The damage type matches the ability used to damage the target. Rather than always matching your equipped subclass with Prismatic, you can apply various damage elements with your abilities. The Six Coyote it's going to add the ability to create orbs of power from final blows after using your class ability. This is implemented as the exotic granting a free copy of the Reaper Armor's mod effect. We have a Shaman commercial. Renewal grasps. On entering your Duskfield grenade volume, you and your allies gain a stack of frost armor, but every 0.9 seconds, an additional stack of frost armor is granted, resetting your timer. And we have the good old Star Eater scales. Increase the orbs of power required to grant maximum benefits from 4 to 6. Reduce the increased super energy gain per orb of power when the golden gun is equipped from 2% down to, wow, 0.5. That's a pretty big difference. Um, Hold on.
What are you doing?
Doing a video right
No
now.
ice cream?
Oh wait.
Alright.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Destiny 2 is getting 19 armor reworks, obviously in the final shape. We got the Warlock armor. They're also getting 6. And I assume Titan is getting 7. So we have compiled a list of them. First of all, I cannot speak. I'm so sorry. Mantle of Battle Harmony now grants super energy ranging between plus 1.5% and plus 4.5%. I don't use this exotic, so I don't know too much about it, but I know it's like something to do with like elemental kills and whatnot. Depending on the target type kill, remove the 2-second cooldown for the perk's activation. We got Beldor's Wrathweavers activates your rift, grants you and nearby allies the maximum frost armor stacks. If you guys can hear voices right now, please ignore that. This is what's gonna. This is the exact that buffs your whatchamacallit, the Duskfield grenade, or not the Duskfield, your Winter's Wrath your stasis subclass. So it allows allies the maximum frost armor stacks when Frost Pulse is equipped. Activating your so if you use a healing rift, that's where the frost pulse happens. Activating your Winter's Wrath Shatter Shatter attack grants nearby allies the maximum amount of stacks of frost armor. When your Winter's Wrath ends, you gain maximum stacks of frost armor. Seeking Filaments Empowering Rift will now reset a player's existing Devour buff for duration. So it's kind of like Well of Radiance. So if you pop Restoration times 2 and you use Well of Radiance after, it's gonna cancel out the buff. But this is a debuff, so not a debuff, a buff. So if you use Empowering Rift when you have a Devour buff, it'll. Oh no, actually no. Sorry, I did not read the whole thing. Empowering Rift will now reset a player's existing Devour buff duration back to 11 seconds when they enter, in addition to its previous behavior. Verity's Brow, I don't use this exotic either. Now requires final blows with a weapon matching your grenade damage. Let me see, wait. All right, that's pretty good. Matching. So if you use a solar with a solar grenade, then uh, it has to require a weapon matching with your grenade type. So if you're using solar grenades, you got to use a solar weapon to finish it off instead of one matching your equipped subclass. So it's all about weapons now. Sunbracers, one of my favorites. They are nerfing the crap out of this thing. Reduce the increased solar grenade duration from 4 to 2 seconds. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. 4 to 2 seconds. Reduce its increased grenade recharge rate to allow a max of 4 grenades while the effect is active, down from 5. And then you got Cenotaph Mask, another one of my favorite exotics. Multiple players using Cenotaph Mask can no longer trigger its effect using a single enemy target. Cenotaph's target lock visual marker is now hidden for the exotic's wearer and only appears to the wearer's allies. So if you're trying to mark a target, it won't appear for you, but it's going to appear for your allies, basically. Then Titans are getting a total of 7. Ursa Furiosa now provides increased movement speed while guarding with Unbreakable. Also grants super energy for guarding with Unbreakable. This energy scales based on the amount of incoming damage the shield absorbs. I also don't play as Hunt Titan, so that's for you guys. Eternal Warrior no longer requires a arc subclass for arc final blows to grant its escalating arc weapon damage bonus. That's pretty nice. So Eternal Warrior is basically just an arc weapon damage buff. If you're going to use arc damage like Thunderlord, for example, then you don't have to use an arc subclass anymore to actually proc it. So Armamentarium, this is the one where you get an extra grenade. It now creates orbs of power from grenade final blows. This is implemented as the exotic, granting a free copy of the firepower armor mod's effects. Khepri's Horn increased the damage from the solar blast by 100% in PvP. That's pretty damn good. The solar blast now scorches each time it hits a target instead of scorching only once. Khepri's Horn now benefits from Ember of Eruption and Ember of Ashes, plus 30 scorch in PvE and plus 15 in PvP. Heart of Inmost Light now displays a single consolidated statue. It affects a status effect icon in the HUD to communicate its state. The functionality of the exotic is unchanged, and you got Synthoceps, where this is a quick video on all the reworks are doing to the exotics. So we have reduced the amount of time that bionic enhancements linger after no longer being surrounded from 8 seconds to 5. This duration is now visible as a timer on the buff. And I know Synthoceps is probably like one of the best Titan exotics because you can use it in like freaking solo, freaking flawless dungeons if you wanted to. Just takes out things very fast. And then Severance Enclosure explosions now require line of sight to damage enemies. We also reduced the knockback intensity of these explosions, which will now launch enemies more consistently vertically. And yeah, guys, it's just a little bit about the reworks we're having for the 19 exotics coming in the final shape. Well, not in the final shape, but the ones that are getting reworked in the final shape. Also, one more thing: powered melee updates. Severance, Enclosure, and Assassin's Cowl only trigger their effects when a player spends a melee charge or use a finisher to get a final blow. So yeah, just a little bit about some reworks that's happening in the final shape. I do hope you guys are, I guess, somewhat excited because some of the reworks are good and some of them are bad. Like my boy Sunbracers is getting reduced, man, from 4 to 2. It's a little upsetting, but I mean it's very overpowering, so it needs a nerf. But that's pretty much it for the end of the video, guys. I do hope you guys find it interesting about the reworks. If you guys did, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you guys think of Bungie reworking the 19 exotics. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to type down in the comment section below. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, my name's JVIT, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Bye.